Good day, good people. My name is Navid Moosa. Welcome yet to another episode of the Mindset Movement. I'm your host today and always, Navid Moosa. First time listeners, thanks for giving us a shot. We know there's a lot of information out there, but you choose to come here and we respect that and we appreciate that. Long time listeners, you loyal people, thank you very much for being so loyal. We appreciate that here. We like to see that our hard efforts are not going to waste. And every week we get into it, we respect your time, so we try to keep it short and sweet and to the point. So this is week number 2. Week number 2 in April for the Business in a Box series. Last week we spoke about the essentials of setting up your company, LLC, S corp, C corp, whatever best format is suits your business. We focused more on the LLC because that is the most popular one, and again we do focus on small business here. So LLC is very popular in that space, so we cover that a lot. This week number 2, we're going to talk about bookkeeping and CPAs. Excuse me. Bookkeepers and CPAs are two different groups of people, and I'm going to talk more about bookkeeping because, in my opinion, bookkeeping is almost the lifeline of your business. So here is it, and again, so let me go back a little bit. First of all, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not to be deemed as financial advice. Please consult your own accountant and attorney for anything like that. This is just strictly what I'm telling you is my opinion of what can be done out there. So, having said that, bookkeeping is your day-to-day. That's everything you're going to be doing, everything you're going to be keeping track of your business. So you're going out, you have a business lunch, you want to submit that invoice. You're going out, you're traveling, you want to either A, log the miles, or B, when you put gas in your car, that the receipt you get from the tender from the gas station. If you are traveling in general, the hotel expenses, when you're buying equipment, you're buying supplies and materials, so on and so forth. Those items all have to be logged, and they have to be logged accordingly, right? So that's what bookkeeping is. It takes those items, and if you bought a material, it goes into this bucket. If you did marketing or advertising, it goes into this bucket. If you bought something that's for an operational expense, it goes into this bucket. Bookkeeping offers all that. That's what bookkeeping does. A CPA, a certified public accountant, is like it is not H&R Block, and it's not like Jackson Hewitt. It's not to knock those guys by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that a CPA is a certified public accountant, someone who actually went to school, got a degree in that, and they really know the ins and outs. Where somebody at H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt, for example, is a hardworking person who has a job, and person who's just taught the basics of entering the information in to keep for the IRS, right? So that's what they do, but they're different. And so a CPA is kind of like, think of like an attorney, right? So if you have an attorney and you have a legal aid, think of the attorney is a CPA and the legal aid is the bookkeeper. That's the best way that's how I kind of look at it. And then some people kind of say, well, why do I need an accountant, or why do I need a bookkeeper if I have an accountant? Well, the accountant is the overseer of the big picture. The accountant, the CPA, is going to look at your overall books and look at it and see what's the best tax strategy when it comes to filing time for your business. And so with a bookkeeper, whether it be you or you hire somebody, is going to know your ins and outs. Because think about it. The accountant looks at your books. Based on what the entries are and how they're done, is the best advice they can give you on how to, when it comes to filing your taxes. But they have nothing to look at if the bookkeeping isn't done. If it's not done correctly, they'll give you inadvertently and give you wrong advice, right? And it's not intentionally, it's just that you enter your stuff wrong. I am now blessed enough to have a bookkeeper and a CPA, and I'm not going to lie. When I first thought about it and I saw what the rates were going to be, I'm like, I can't afford this. I cannot afford a bookkeeper, and I can't afford a CPA. There's no way I can afford this. But in actuality, I can't afford not to have them. Because think about it. Do you want the alphabet boys knocking on your door? I know I don't. So you're buying a peace of mind. It's kind of like insurance, right? You're driving around, and God forbid something were to happen. If you get hit, you're like, well, I have insurance, I'm covered, right? Well, think about it. If you got a good bookkeeper and a good accountant, and if something were to go wrong, you get an audit or something like that, you're set. You're good to go. So with the bookkeeping, so let me talk about that. And uh, you want to establish a good bookkeeping system, right? It's an absolute necessity, in my opinion. So what it does, it provides you with an accurate understanding of where you are financially, so you can make decisions what to do next. It's like your report card for your finances. Um, there's questions like, how much are you spending on advertising? You can get that answered if you have a good bookkeeping system. What revenue does that generate? You can get that answered. By that I mean is, if you're spending money, let's say you're paying for ads on Facebook, and you're paying for ads on Google, and you're paying for ads at your local radio station or billboards. If you have a good bookkeeping system in place, you know where all your money is going to and where the calls are coming from, or the notifications of new businesses coming from. And if with a good bookkeeping system, you can tell, hey, I'm spending this much here, I'm getting this much return. And so when you have that report card in front of you, you kind of know what to adjust. Because if you're spending $1,000 here and only getting 2 phone calls, but you're spending $500 here and getting 5 phone calls, well, then take that $1,000 you're spending on this avenue and put it on this side, right? So that's one thing. It also allows your accountant to provide you, like I said, appropriate tax advice based off the data that's in there. And it has to be properly entered. For your accountant to give you proper advice, the bookkeeping has to be accurate. Or if not, like I said, you're going to get the wrong advice. It's also the piece that, bookkeeping in my mind, it's a piece that reflects the financial health of your company. Especially important when applying for like business loans or attracting new investors and stuff like that. Your business can only go bust so far with your blood, sweat, and tears and your sweat equity. At some point in time, you may need a business loan or private investor to come in with you to help out. Well, they're going to want to see, where do you stand at? Like, your business, you're saying you need us to grow. You need to grow your business. But what exactly do you need it for? And by having a good bookkeeping system, you can see all that. Personally, I did it myself for many, many years. I had tons of accordion folders and blue folder and yellow folder and red folder and tabs and stuff like that. And I'm asking family members to help me out and paying them. And it was like, I just can't do it. So I ended up outsourcing it. I'm getting a great, great bookkeeper who helped me out with everything. And she is my rock. I just get the receipt, I click it, and I send her an email with the information, and she takes care of the rest. She is absolutely amazing. Let's talk about softwares, accounting softwares. QuickBooks Online, probably the most popular ones. We all have heard of it. But there's also Xero, XERO, and then there's Quicken. You can check those out. You can customize your income, your expenses, your assets and liability categories. It charts everything, almost like a little flow chart. So that's one thing. You want to establish a solid procedure to exchange information to and from the software, right? So again, your business basics, get down a flow, get down a pattern of stuff to feed into your bookkeeping system. What these good softwares can do is they can also reconcile your bank and credit card statements, right? You don't want to miss any banking errors, or what if an extra fee was done, or you charged something twice. These softwares, these bookkeepers can help catch those things and question it. Helps you maintain your documents in a real good order. It's easy to furnish come accounting time, come tax time. You can pull a report from the software and send it over. In my mind, a good bookkeeper takes the task, your day-to-day tasks, away from you. It essentially pulls away from you working in your business so you can work on your business, if that makes any sense. The day-to-day grind and stuff like that, that's kind of what it comes of. And you can get rid of all those things and focus on you doing what you do best. And that's either servicing the client, to getting the hot water heater installed, or getting a roof put on, or getting a delivery made on time, or having that birthday cake made at the last minute because the order came in, or showing the client, how this investment property is going to cash flow. There's all these things you have to be doing and working on to build your brand, to build your business. Instead, what are you doing? Because this receipt has to get scanned and get entered into and stuff like that. I mean, at times it's really going to kill you. It's really going to take away a valuable time so you can build your business. So that's what I got for you guys this week. Again, I didn't touch too much on the CPA side, the accountant side, because bookkeeping is the foundation. You got to have that. If you have a great accountant, what are they going to look at? They're going to look at crap if you don't know your basics. Your foundation has to be there. And that's what bookkeeping is. It's the foundation for an accountant. So that's what I got for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Any questions, hit me up. Don't hesitate. And again, this is April week 2. This is the Business in a Box series. Last week we did setting up the appropriate entity for you, and then this week, right now, we're talking about accounting, and then next 2 weeks we're going to be touching on some other like insurances and stuff like that, how to protect your company as you grow it too. So that's it. Have a great time. Enjoy the weekend coming up. Enjoy the week as well. Whenever you listen to this podcast, and like each and every week, I say it always, and I always will continue to say it. Take care of the client, and everything else will fall into place. I promise you. Just take care of the client, and everything else will fall into place. Be good to each other. Take care of each other. Peace.